So we all know that since like 2018, Netflix has gotten the rights for the Netflix series that they want to do on Narnia, okay? We also know that last summer, with the height of popularity with Greta Gerwig, they have assigned her to a tentative 2-season director's role for Narnia. We've had some thoughts on that, and we've shared them on this channel, but we have some new information that I came across that honestly kind of really, at first, it puts a bad taste in my mouth, but I want to explore it with you guys, okay? I found this article, and I know there's other articles that back this up. This is a rumor, but this kind of article elaborates on some of the thoughts as to maybe why. So this person named Elizabeth has wrote an article for the Hogwarts professor. Thoughts for serious readers. The big news is that Netflix might be starting with the silver chair.
Okay. How come?
The Netflix folks are indicating that they might start with their new films with the silver chair. This is an interesting choice for a couple of reasons. For one, this is the installment Walt Disney would have produced next after, obviously, they did Voyage of the Dawn Treader and then canceled everything, all right?
Yeah.
They also go on to say, one reason to start with the installment is because it is the one that introduces Jill Pole, and the novel is primarily told from her perspective. Jill is a strong female character and an outsider who initially thinks Eustace is pulling her leg, can be a voice that brings in both the familiar with the Chronicles and those who have seen the Walden films. That's one area. They also go on to say that because director Gerwig is slated for this, and because she's, done films that her wheelhouse is kind of like with the strong female character. This is like a theory. So this is a theory based on a rumor, okay? So because I've seen a lot of articles that's talking about them alluding to starting with the silver chair, this may be a rumor with some legs, but then this theory around the female character lead with Jill and Gerwig being the director for the first one, at least probably the first two. So I'm not sure if they're films or series. They've been back and forth on those. What do you guys think about this theory? Because is there any other reason why you could think of why they would start with the silver chair?
It would make sense to do something that we have not seen before, because we've seen a lot of, Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, Prince Caspian. We've seen those before. It would make sense to do something that we have not seen before, and I like that idea. Jill is kind of, I guess, the main character, yes, but isn't the silver chair also has Eustace in it?
Yes.
How would they start off being like, Eustace being like, oh yeah, I've been here before, this is Narnia? How would they kind of explain that away if we've not seen that yet?
I mean, you can do that and just rely on people's understanding that he came into Narnia during the Voyage of the Dawn Treader and Prince Caspian with Lucy and Edmund.
I think opening your story with the assumption that people know anything about Narnia, whether they do or not, is foolish.
Yeah,
I think every story, any adaptation from book to movie, you need to assume
start at the beginning.
You need to assume that the people watching are jumping in for the first time. Now, that doesn't mean that you need to babysit them through the world. You just need to give the appropriate context as they would if they were reading it, and don't hint at things that are important that the non-readers don't know anything about.
Prince Caspian, the Voyage of the Dawn Treader, kind of sets up the story of Silver Chair, because it's the lineage of Caspian's son and the love that he had for this woman that he finds in the voyage, to where you understand who this character is and why he is such an important person. They have to rescue him, and he's in this chair, and we need all that. We need all that.
Right.
I mean, personally, I'd open up either with...
If you want to do something fresh, open with The Magician's Nephew.
Dude, Magician's Nephew has everything you... And also, let me just say this. Each and every one of the books has a strong female lead. Each and every one of them. They all have female perspectives in each book.
The big difference with this one is that Jill is kind of like the witty, kind of like adventurous spirit, kind of very
I disagree.
She is. She's kind of the
I disagree. She comes into Narnia as like this kid who's being picked on, and at the beginning of the book, Eustace comes to her. They're at the school, and she's like being picked on, and they're like, "You used to pick on me. Why are you so nice to me now?" And she's like this timid girl. She's not.
Well, the point is, by the end, she becomes kind of this more self-actualized, stronger young girl character.
But if they open up with if this is a Greta Gerwig thing, they'll open up with her knowing what to do.
Sure,
knowing who she is.
The other
that's
issue,
not the point.
Well, the other issue you have, like if you open with The Witch in the Wardrobe, is that you have all these white males you have to work around. You know what I mean? You got Edmund, who's a big part of the story. Peter, who's like the slated king. You know what I mean? You have all of this toxic masculinity and Aslan to work around, and I just kind of feel like that might be a point of contention if they just want to tell a strong woman character story.
I mean, they could open with the horse and his boy, which, yes, it follows a male protagonist, but it also switches to a female, and she's running from an arranged marriage.
Right.
Why don't we just start off by telling the first story and tell the magician's niece?
Just swap them so it doesn't really make a difference.
The magician's niece.
What do you guys think? Do you guys think they're actually going to go through with something like this on both accounts? Are they going to start with the silver chair, do you think? And also, do you think this is going to be kind of focused around Jill? First off, like this is going to be her adventure story, and Greta Gerwig's just telling another adventure coming of age story for girls.
Look, I think we all know that everything what we've seen so far probably not going to be good. I have no hope or optimism in this project whatsoever,
and they haven't even really started.
And they haven't even released it.
They said the best areas they start filming at the end of this year.
I don't mean to go off of what we're talking about specifically, but we've talked a lot about the department spearheads for Netflix right now. Do we know what this is falling under?
Fantasy action, right?
I think fantasy. I think this has potentially been grandfathered in. I don't think
so you don't think it fits under.
I don't think our coaches, our star Netflix coaches, have anything to do with.
I think they will.
No,
they will.
Their department
They'll
heads.
probably be involved, but
it falls into a genre. One of them's getting this. It's just I don't think they've been on the move for this longer. Just about as long as Aslan's been on the move. So since 2018, my guys. So
it took 100 years before the kings and queens came back to Narnia, and it was winter for 100 years.
With all that said, let us know in the comments what you guys think. Are they going to capitalize on telling a young coming-of-age girl's story? Or are they also going to start with the silver chair? Or is all of this just hearsay and you won't believe it until you get word from Netflix, right?
How bad is this going to get panned? How ratioed is this going to get? Tell me what you guys think.
Yeah, as soon as people realize that we're starting with the silver chair, the silver freaking chair, there's so much groundwork that needs to be.
I'm waiting for that first trailer.
It's gonna be a while.
So there's gonna be like another one of those Tolkien quote comment sections.
Yeah. I love it when. Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching the video. We'll see you next time.